During the sixth season of 1,000-Pound Sisters, Brittany Combs found herself in conflict with Chris Combs' siblings a great deal more frequently than she has in the past, which may indicate that their marriage is in jeopardy. There are several additional members of the Slatton family that play a significant role in the narrative, including Chris and his wife, in addition to the sisters Tammy and Amy Slatton, whose lives and weight loss adventures are the primary focus of the show. Due to the fact that the Slattons are a close-knit tribe, they are constantly spending time together and rely on one another. Despite the fact that it is simple to enjoy the show due to the spectacular weight loss experiences of some cast members, the Slattons' family dynamic also provides a source of entertainment. Chris and Brittany look to be completely satisfied with their relationship, in contrast to the majority of the Slattons, who have not been fortunate in love. Chris's second wife is Brittany, who is 36 years old, and he is 44 years old. However, very little is known about Chris's first marriage. Both of them were managers at McDonald's at the time, and that's where they first met. Since then, they've been married and living a happy life together. Brittany has always been a part of the show, and she has always appeared alongside Chris. However, during the sixth season of 1,000-Pound Sisters, she has become a more significant presence. Brittany has recently gotten into a disagreement with numerous of Chris's brothers, despite the fact that she makes every effort to be there for the Slatton family. An argument between Brittany and Amy regarding the gym. Due to the fact that the Slattons are a loud and raucous group, it is quite simple for Brittany to fade into the background while her in-laws are present. Even though she made an effort to keep a low profile, she accidentally sparked a big altercation involving Tammy, Amy, and Amanda Halterman, who is a member of the 1,000-Pound Sisters. All of this began when Chris made an effort to perform a charitable act. Due to the fact that no good deed is ever unpunished, he paid a high price for it. Chris decided to get a membership to a gym for each of the Slattons after they had a recent doctor's appointment that did not go as well as they had anticipated it would take. Amy rebuffed Brittany's suggestion that the siblings participate in a friendly competition to determine who could drop the most weight. Brittany's suggestion was made in good faith. She stated that she did not want a competition because it would be about victorious and unsuccessful individuals. Brittany made the observation that they would all walk away victorious so long as they lost even a little bit of weight. After Amanda became engaged in the altercation, Amy eventually stormed out of the room. The fight escalated into a more significant altercation between Amanda and Tammy, who eventually departed the scene of the conflict. Throughout the remainder of the season, the fight proceeded to spread throughout the community. One of Chris's priorities is his marriage. When it comes to his sisters, Chris is a kind brother who is always there for them. His siblings are dependent on him because he is the patriarch of the family, and he never fails to meet their expectations. Brittany, who is Chris's devoted wife, has never left his side and has always made an effort to be there for the Slattons. Chris and Brittany have reached their breaking point for the sixth season of 1,000-Pound Sisters. It was when Tammy rented a house that was owned by Amanda that the matter began to arise. As Tammy continued to reside there for a period of time, she became increasingly dissatisfied with Amanda's refusal to make timely repairs. Tammy's house was broken into while she was away in a rehabilitation center for weight loss, and she has been forced to relocate ever since. The sixth season of 1,000-Pound Sisters featured a situation in which Tammy needed Chris's assistance in covering a damaged window with plastic film. Tammy asserted that Amanda's youngsters were responsible for smashing the window. According to Tammy, Amanda's sons are constantly around her house, causing damage to objects and eating all of her food. Now, Amanda refused to fix the window that her sons had damaged while playing with horses, and Tammy's frustrations had reached a point where they were about to explode. Amanda received her notice from Tammy, who was adamant about leaving the house, but she was in need of a new place to reside. In spite of Brittany's desire, Tammy is not moving in. Chris was compelled to rush to Tammy's aid because she was in need of assistance. He and Brittany had recently purchased the house that was adjacent to theirs, and he believed that it would be the ideal solution to the issues that they were trying to cope with. On the other hand, Tammy may move in herself rather than renting the house out to an unknown person. It would be an understatement to refer to the property as a fixer-upper, as he took Tammy with him to show her around. Chris assured Tammy that he would have the house completely fixed before she moved in, despite the fact that it was in a state of severe disrepair and required a great deal of work. Tammy voiced her concern on the timing of the event. At the time that they had decided upon, Tammy was required to depart from Amanda's residence. She was informed by Chris that if the house was not finished by that time, she would be able to stay with him and Brittany for a long period of time. Brittany flashed him a look that conveyed the message that she was surprised by this information. While it was very clear that Brittany did not want Tammy to move in, it was also clear that Tammy did not want to change her living situation. In spite of the fact that the last thing Tammy wants to do is give Chris and Brittany any trouble, there is no doubt that she would agree to allow Tammy move in if Chris made the request. Brittany has a deep affection for her husband's family. Although the Slattons might be a nuisance, it is clear that Brittany has a deep affection for her husband's family. They are loyal to one another and are always there for each other, despite the fact that they may not be easy to deal with. In the event that Chris truly required Tammy to move in with them for a period of time, Brittany would most likely consent to this arrangement, and nonetheless, it would not be beneficial to Chris's marriage. In addition to the fact that Tammy is not always easy to get along with, it is quite likely that she would not be an easy home visitor. In the year 2020, when Chris made his first appearance on television, he weighed more than 400 pounds. Chris had bariatric surgery on sisters, who weighed a total of 1,000 pounds, and he was able to lose 150 pounds with Brittany at his side. Brittany has been discreetly working on her own weight loss journey, along with his weight loss, which has been the focus of attention. It is not known how much weight she has dropped, however, she has indicated an interest in undergoing weight loss surgery for herself, and she was thrilled about the new group gym membership that the family had acquired. Chris and Brittany will continue to lose weight together, but this will not be the case if Brittany is excluded from the group by the other Slattons. Ms. Slatton, Tammy. At the age of 38, 500 pounds were shed. A. Slatton, Amy, 37.5 years of age, 169 pounds were shed. A. Combs, Chris, 44.0 years of age, 150 pounds were shed. It is Amanda Halterman, 43.5 years of age. She shed 31 pounds. Theresa Slatton Wentworth Misty. At the age of 48, she shed 74 pounds. This is Brittany Combs. At the age of 36, who knows? The reality show 1,000 Pound Sisters has captivated viewers with its heartwarming, yet sometimes tumultuous, journey of Amy and Tammy Slatton, two sisters dealing with obesity and its effects on their lives. The show has also introduced fans to key members of their family, including their brothers and other significant figures in their lives. One of the most intriguing relationships that have sparked curiosity in recent seasons is that of Chris Combs and his wife, Brittany Combs. While Chris initially appeared on the show as a supporting figure, his relationship with Brittany has become more prominent as the series has progressed. However, recent developments have caused fans to question whether Brittany is clashing with Chris's siblings, and whether this tension could ultimately have a negative impact on their marriage. In this article, we'll dive deep into the family dynamics, potential sources of conflict, and what it could all mean for Chris and Brittany's relationship going forward. The beginning of Chris and Brittany's story. Before diving into the possible conflicts, it's essential to look at the beginning of Chris and Brittany's relationship. Chris Combs, who first appeared on 1,000 Pound Sisters as a supportive brother to Amy and Tammy Slatton, introduced Brittany to viewers as his girlfriend during season 2 of the show. Brittany quickly became a significant part of Chris's life, and the two have now married, with their journey playing out on television. At first, their relationship seemed to be a supportive and loving one. Chris, who had his own struggles with weight and health, seemed to find a partner in Brittany who could offer him the emotional support he needed. Brittany, in return, quickly became invested in Chris's family, helping to manage his health and encouraging him as he navigated his journey to better health. However, as with many reality TV shows, tensions and conflicts often arise as personalities clash, and family dynamics can make things complicated. The question on everyone's mind is whether Brittany's relationship with Chris's siblings is starting to create problems within the family, and what it could mean for Chris and Brittany's future together. Brittany and Chris's siblings. A rocky relationship? One of the most noticeable aspects of the 1,000-Pound Sisters series is the complex relationships that exist between family members. Amy and Tammy Slatton have a complicated dynamic, but the addition of Chris and Brittany to the mix has added a new layer to the family dynamic. While Chris has mostly been a neutral figure, trying to support his sisters and his wife, tensions have emerged between Brittany and some of Chris's siblings, raising concerns about potential rifts in the family. While it's hard to pinpoint exactly when the conflict began, several key moments throughout the seasons have suggested that Brittany might not be fully embraced by Chris's siblings. Fans have witnessed awkward interactions, disagreements, and subtle but clear signs of tension between Brittany and Chris's relatives. Although the show doesn't go into great detail about every disagreement, the impact of these moments has been noticeable. One of the sources of conflict seems to stem from Brittany's role in Chris's health journey. As Chris has struggled with weight loss, Brittany has played a large role in encouraging him to stay on track. However, some of Chris's family members have questioned her involvement, suggesting that Brittany might be overstepping her boundaries by taking on such a prominent role in Chris's weight loss journey. This could lead to some uncomfortable moments between Brittany and Chris's siblings, particularly if they feel that she is interfering with family matters or making decisions on behalf of Chris. The underlying tensions. Brittany's role in the family. Family dynamics are often shaped by deep-rooted feelings, past experiences, and expectations. As viewers have witnessed on 1,000-Pound Sisters, the Slatton family has a complicated history, and when Brittany entered the picture, she became part of this intricate web of relationships. While it's clear that Chris loves Brittany and appreciates her support, there is a potential for conflict when family members feel that they are being overshadowed or that their influence is being minimized. One of the significant sources of tension could be the perception that Brittany is acting as though she knows what's best for Chris, especially when it comes to his health. Chris has made strides in losing weight and improving his overall well-being, but that journey hasn't been without its difficulties. As a result, some of Chris's siblings might feel that Brittany's role as a supportive partner could be perceived as controlling or overly involved, even if that wasn't her intention. Brittany, on the other hand, could feel frustrated if she believes that Chris's family isn't fully supporting her efforts to help him. With Chris's siblings being a prominent part of the show, their opinions could significantly impact how viewers perceive Brittany's role within the family. If they are openly critical or dismissive of her involvement, it could create tensions that spill over into her marriage to Chris. How family conflict affects marriage. Is trouble brewing? The potential for conflict between Brittany and Chris's siblings raises an important question. How will this tension affect Brittany and Chris's marriage in the long term? The dynamics of a marriage are already complex, and when external forces like family conflicts are introduced, it can put a strain on even the strongest relationships. Brittany and Chris appear to have a strong foundation, but the outside pressures from Chris's family could create friction between the couple. If Brittany feels unsupported or criticized by Chris's family, it could lead to resentment or a sense of isolation. On the other hand, if Chris feels caught in the middle of a conflict between his wife and his siblings, it could cause him stress and force him to take sides, which could ultimately damage his relationship with Brittany. In many relationships, when one partner feels that their family is being overly critical or interfering, it can cause tension in the marriage. For Chris, it might feel like he's in a difficult position, trying to balance his loyalty to his family and his commitment to Brittany. If Brittany perceives that Chris isn't standing up for her or supporting her, it could lead to feelings of neglect or frustration. Over time, these unresolved tensions could create a divide between them. The impact of public scrutiny. Fans weigh in. Another factor to consider is the impact of public scrutiny. As a reality TV show, 1,000-Pound Sisters exposes its cast members to the judgment and opinions of viewers. Fans of the show are often vocal about their feelings towards certain family dynamics, and this has added a layer of pressure for Brittany, Chris, and his siblings. In some cases, it's possible that the tension between Brittany and Chris's family could be amplified by social media and online discussions, which could further strain the relationships. As viewers, we don't always see the full picture of what's happening behind the scenes, but the editing and narrative crafted by the producers can have an impact on how viewers perceive certain conflicts. If viewers begin to pick sides and rally behind one family member over another, it could escalate the situation and create additional pressure on Brittany and Chris's marriage. The couple may feel the need to address these issues publicly, which could either help them resolve the conflict or make the situation worse. Can Chris and Brittany overcome the tension? Despite the potential challenges, it's important to remember that relationships can often weather conflicts if both partners are committed to working through their issues. Chris and Brittany's relationship, while facing some external pressures, has shown moments of strength. The couple has been through challenges together, and Brittany has been there for Chris in ways that have made their bond stronger. For their marriage to survive any tension with Chris's siblings, it will require open communication, mutual understanding, and a willingness to prioritize each other. If Chris can address the concerns of his family while also standing by Brittany, it could help prevent further conflict. Likewise, if Brittany can respect the boundaries of Chris's family while continuing to support him in a loving way, it may help alleviate any tension between her and his siblings. The possibility of Brittany Combs butting heads with Chris Combs' siblings raises important questions about the future of their marriage and the overall family dynamic. While the tension is apparent, it's important to recognize that many relationships go through periods of conflict and growth. It remains to be seen how Brittany and Chris will navigate these challenges, but their commitment to each other could be the key to overcoming any hurdles that come their way. Ultimately, the success of Chris and Brittany's marriage will depend on their ability to address these issues together. By maintaining open lines of communication and respecting each other's needs and boundaries, they may be able to work through the external pressures and emerge stronger as a couple. Fans of 1,000-Pound Sisters will continue to watch closely, hoping that Chris and Brittany can find a way to balance their relationship with their family dynamics and continue to thrive together.